am Sheldon, and I will be reading A Day in the Death of Simon Wasserman.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just don't feel I can serve on this jury. I just can't be responsible for this. I'm a very sensitive person. I'd be up nights wondering whether or not I did the right thing. Who am I to decide the fate of Sheldon Wasserman? And what kind of name is that for a murderer? Bugs, capo, cheeks, that's a murderer. Sheldon, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. No murder. I'm sorry, Your Honor. See, the defense attorney said Sheldon did not murder his wife Carol of 40 years in their Upper East Side apartment in the middle of the night. He just killed her. Excuse me, but I'm supposed to lose money and miss work so I can differentiate between murder and killing? And if he's not found guilty of murder in the second degree beyond a reasonable doubt, Shelley can actually be free to go home, have a cup of tea, and call it a day? Bad day, but still. Temporary insanity. Let me ask you, how many hours does temporary insanity last? Does it last, say, long enough to bludgeon the skull of your wife with a golf club, stab her 8 times, get into a wardrobe box and throw her out with the garbage? Wouldn't you think that somewhere between the second stabbing and ringing for the elevator, some sanity had to snap back? Something had to be cooking to get her past the doorman and onto York Avenue. Something must have clicked in the decision to drive to New Jersey and bury her in the building behind work. There has to be some level of sanity to just get her across George Washington Bridge. The only moment sanity was suspended was in the decision to use the putter. And what was Shell thinking during the car ride? Gee, Carol, I never liked your pot roast. 40 years ago, Carol came home from a date, called up a girlfriend and said, I met him. He's a dream. His name is Sheldon. This is it. What went wrong? Maybe Carol was a castrating bitch who had poor Sheldon by the balls. Maybe she was a rich adulteress who drove him to Prozac and booze and killing. What happens to people? When is it safe? When can you really know? After 40 years, Sheldon and Carol knew. You see, Your Honor, for a hopeful, romantic, single girl who already has problems seeing a man up for murder who looks like her Uncle Mo and reminds her of someone who used to sit in the back row of the temple. This is a tough pill to swallow. Maybe it's all predestined. Maybe you're just lucky. I don't know. I don't have the answers. So please, Your Honor, do us a favor and don't pick me for this jury.